topic on franchising, on scalability. And with me, I have experts who've been into the industry since really long. So before we begin the session, I would really want my co-panelists to introduce themselves and their brand and what is the vision they are having for their brand. So over to you.
Um, Thank you so much, Beny. We are Kairali Ayurvedic Group. We run one of the largest chain of Ayurvedic clinics in India and abroad. We also have one of the largest Ayurvedic retreat in Kerala. It's a 65-acre dedicated hospital. And our company is a fourth-generation organization where we're dedicated towards promoting Ayurveda in India and abroad. We also manufacture Ayurvedic drugs, and we retail it in 6 states in India, and we're exporting it to 15 countries. Our vision as an organization is that every part, let me rephrase that. Our mission is that every country in the world should know what Ayurveda is, the soft power that India has, where we can help people improve their life through this ancient science that we have well preserved in India. And the vision is that if anybody thinks about Ayurveda in a luxury format, they should think about us, Kairali Ayurvedic Group, as the brand. Currently, we are in lines to operate 35 clinics in India and abroad. And with the one retreat that we have, our plan is to open one more retreat in India and one retreat in Bali. So this is the short-term plan and also the long-term vision as well. Thank you.
That's superb. But I really want to understand that you've just spoken about your format wherein you retail, you're saying Ayurvedic products. So, and you have retreats also. So I just, if you can actually talk about your business model, that what kind of business model do you operate through? And is it like retail or services, and what all services do you offer at your centers?
So with relevance to franchising and franchise India, we are looking at expanding our clinical operations to franchisees. That requires an investor who has somewhere around 2,000 to 3,000 square feet of space and an investment appetite of approximately 50 lakhs INR. We as an operator, we come in and operate that facility. We will bring in the technical staff, the doctors, the therapists, the products required to operate that facility. And we are assuring approximately an IRR of 18%, depending on city location and facility size. It can go upwards of 20 as well, but we have seen an average of 18%. On the product side, we are currently not franchising, we are operating it ourselves, and it's through a distribution network. But each clinic is a spoke for our hub where products are retailed, and product sales is approximately 8 to 12% from the clinic. So it adds into the top line for the business. It supports because a client who has bought a product will come back to refill the product at the same location and store. So it brings a continuous recall factor. So we want our products to be retailed at our clinics and not some other brands, and bring us back to the brand. And product is important also because we are not doing a commercial sale, we're selling trust. That when they come to us, they trust that we will transform their life, we will improve their life, we will bring health into their life. So we have to ensure the highest quality of product at any of our clinics. That's why we manufacture ourselves.
That's amazing. So over to you, David. I would want you to introduce yourself and your brand to the audience.
Namaste. Hi, good morning. Buenos días. Yeah, we are representing Equivalenza. Equivalenza is not just a perfume brand. We are not just selling perfumes. We are stripping away unnecessary cost for the consumer. This is our key point. So we are a brand that has more than 600 stores worldwide. This is monobrand stores in around 30 countries. Let's say our 5 main pillars. One is to capture trends. So we work with the best trends around the year. Also, the highest quality as possible. We manufacture everything in Western Europe, in Spain and Italy. And as well, we believe that affordable prices is a key point. That's why we are disrupting the fragrance market now. And of course, for us, what is key is the sustainability and the customization as well. These perhaps are the 5 pillars that can define our company.
That's amazing. So, David, what makes India an attractive market for Equivalenza, for franchise-led expansion? Because as you're present across 30 countries, so what makes India an attractive market for you?
Well, India is huge. It's not a market. It's like 100 markets together. There is also big differences between Delhi, for example, and Bangalore or southern region. And for us, the attractiveness of the Indian market is based on the population, on the customer. We are a really customer-centric company, and we believe that Indian people that year on year are getting more upscale, and they will love to get luxury products, but at the end they cannot because of the highest price that you can find in this part of the market. So offering them this competitive price, because at the end, what we are doing is giving to the customer good qualitative juice. The juice is key, not the packaging, not the commercial that is surrounding the products. So at the end, we believe that Indian people, instead of paying, let me give you the figure in dollars, instead of paying, I don't know, $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 for a niche fragrance, they can spend $40, and for sure we believe that this thing can happen. I'm talking about 100 ml. We talk about smaller sizes, for sure, with $15, $20 they can get a very luxurious product, and there is no need to pay more than this.
That's amazing. Do you have your products here? Like if we want
we
to
are,
see that.
Sorry, we are on the pavilion of Frank Global.
Okay.
We have some products there. If you want to test them, you are more than welcome.
Sure. So now coming on to the franchising aspect, as both of your brands operate via franchise model in globally. So this is for both of you, that according to you, what makes franchising the ultimate scale model today? Yeah, beginning with you.
I think franchising is the best way to grow, because each geography has its own challenges, and it's always better to have a local partner who understands that, who can navigate it, and also help us in that specific geography, right? So us sitting in, say, Kerala or in New Delhi, I cannot sense the pulse of Raipur or Patna or maybe even Ahmedabad, right? So it is always good to have a local partner who will know what needs to be done and inform back to head office that if there is something more that could be done, because we will always have a myopic view towards what has been advised to us, either through marketing or through operations or through any other head sitting at head office, right? One thing is that the local partner brings that. Of course, second thing is capital, right? Because as an organization, you don't want to stretch your capital out completely. So a franchisee brings in the capital, and for us, like unlike David or the other panelists over here, or other partners who are promoting over here, we are not just retail, right? Because we are service oriented. So in service, we need to ensure that a quality service is given to the client, either through the doctor or through the therapist. And for that, a franchisee can bring in the capital, but we want to have control about how that service is given. So, it's good to have franchisees who can help us expand, and at the same time, we also look at us operating it so that we can have some control about quality that we want to give out.
That's actually the key, as he's mentioned. In services business across, whether it's teaching, it's salon or a wellness center, actually consistency of the quality is the most prioritized aspect. So moving on to you, what makes franchising the ultimate scale model?
Yeah, Benny, you know, I think that we talked already about this, but for us, I believe that a strict control on DNA values are key, as well as product quality. So that's why in big country as India, big markets as India, our business model is based on the master franchisee. And for sure, we believe that in all countries, but as well in India, we believe that the FOFO, right, the franchise-owned, franchise-operator. Okay, this is our business model, and this is what is giving us good results for the future.
David, as your brand has built a strong identity around, as you've just mentioned, affordable and personalized fragrances, what gap did the brand originally aim to fill in the global market?
Yeah, I think India, if we talk about India, you can find different alternatives for people that they want to smell well. As we said before, there is these luxurious products that are quite costly, but we are breaking rules now in the market. At the end, what we want to do is to offer these luxurious good but affordable prices. So also in India, there is I believe, I still didn't research because we are just starting. We believe that there is a huge part of the population that is using other kind of perfumes, or they don't use perfume at all. I'm talking about the attar,
Ether.
yeah.
Ether.
The tar. And also perhaps people that they are just using soap or shower gel, but they don't use perfume, or deodorant perhaps, but they do use perfume. So at the end, we think that we can make the cake much bigger than it's now.
Absolutely. So, as we were just talking about your wellness centers, as Ayurveda, we all know, is, it's more global and mainstream now. So, how do you balance traditional practices with modern consumer expectations?
So there's always this dichotomy about where do we position Ayurveda. We've always positioned the brand as an authentic Ayurveda clinic, right? And now with the way of social media and promotions, wellness has picked up tremendously, right? And Ayurveda has something called Sukha Chikitsa, which in layman terms means wellness, where basically we're telling people, don't wait till you get sick and you have a chronic problem to start taking care of your health. You can start doing it today, right? So everybody knows, okay, if they go to the gym, it will not just build muscle, but they'll stay healthy, but they still don't do it. So we say every Sunday you come to us, take a service, you'll remain healthy, then you will spend less towards medical treatments in the future, right? So even though we position ourselves as an authentic Ayurvedic clinic, because that's where the most bang for the buck is, honestly. For the newer generation or Gen Z, we still present it like a wellness product, because right now they are in their 20s, 30s, the bodies, they have the Superman syndrome that if everything is all right, but once they reach their 40s and body starts breaking down, they know where they need to go, right? So we're a 4th-generation organization. We've done 100 years now. We are planning for the next 100. So that's how we're currently positioned ourselves.
That's amazing. So I just wanted to ask, that recently we've just seen the trend that, younger generation, they've become really health conscious. Wellness and health is actually trending. And, whether it's Gen Z or millennials, everybody, health has become a priority because of the for everybody. And there's a lot of exposure now because of digital platforms and social media. So I just wanted to know that for your brand right now, which age group is who approach you the maximum at your brand, like which category?
So a couple of points that you mentioned. Of course, health and wellness is trending. I'll have to admit some failure over here, because we have not been able to figure out what needs to be done to keep the Gen Z focused onto health and wellness within our brand. Okay. So just to give an example, last year's fashion was intermittent fasting.
Yes.
This year's fashion is High Rocks. I know every Gen Z person is doing a High Rocks challenge. The year before that was keto. The year before that was something else. So the trend changes every year, and we have not been able to create a trend which would make us resonate with Gen Z. Our current target audience is always and has always been 40 plus, primarily female, because she decides the health of herself and the entire family. And India is still a family-oriented, cultural, multicultural place. So that's where we target. And for Gen Z, we keep trying something or the other so that they are aware of this brand, maybe for their parents or for themselves. And then when they eventually need the services, when they have a chronic ailment, they have that brand recollection and they come back to us. So that's
40
what
plus
40
women.
plus female is our core
Target
marketing target
audience,
strategy.
yeah, okay. So coming to you, David, as now you're entering India and you're looking out for master franchises, the similar format you must be have adopted across other countries. So how important is localization while entering a culturally diverse market like India? Like, have you planned?
Yeah, India is not a country. India is a continent. So at the end, to talk about India is key, this part that you are arising now, because we understand that the customer is located in different places, and the customer is very different if you talk about a customer in Bangalore or in Calcutta or in New Delhi. That's true. So coming back to the target, I think that it's true that urban people, people from the metropole, it's more dynamic in terms of looking for a perfume. That's clear, and in this sense, also the youngest people is even more keen to get a different perfume. Even I would say that regarding male and female, normally women are less loyal to a perfume, to a fragrance, while men is more loyal to keep the same fragrance. This is true. So normally even women, because of that, they prefer to buy small sizes because they can change. They can have different fragrances for the day. And this is good because this is part of our business. We understand that a consumer, they can have one perfume in the morning, another one in the afternoon. They can have one perfume for the office, another one for going out with friends, etc., etc. So you don't have to get always the same perfume, because you have, as well as you are changing your clothes, you can change your perfume. So this is part of the business, and this is part of the well-being of the people.
So, coming back to the question which I asked you, how important is localization? Localization, like what are your plans if the India, as per the demand, that how will you customize maybe the oil which you are using in the perfumes? Are you, like, if you talk about any F&B brand entering the Indian market, so they'll customize as per Indian flavors, from paneer tikka to chili chicken. So in your referring to your product, do you have, like, how will you customize the product as per the Indian market?
Yeah, I mean, for us it's key to think global, act local. So in this case, coming back to the Indian market, we believe that we have to adapt our portfolio to the local consumers, but not just to India. I mean, we are adapting to New Delhi consumers, to Bangalore consumers, to Kolkata consumers. So we adapt to the final consumer. How we do this? I mean, it's true that at the end, year by year, there is also a globalization in terms of perfumes. So years ago, the Eastern people, they were using Eastern fragrances. Western people, Western fragrances. But more and more, the globalization is doing that in Western countries, people are using Eastern perfumes, Arabic perfumes, for example. And in Eastern countries, people they will to use as well these Western perfumes. Now, for example, there is a big trend, global big trend. This is for the States, this is for Western Europe, this is for Eastern Europe, for Africa, etc. People, they are looking for two main trends now. One are the Arabic perfumes,
Yes,
based in
definitely.
oud,
Oods,
saffron, etc., etc. And another one is what we call gourmand. Gourmand means sweet flavors like pistache, like vanilla, like caramel. So there is these two trends that are globally the same. So it's true that you have to adapt, but we are not an Indian brand. We are a global brand. So we will never do exact Indian traditional flavors because it's not in our capacity and it's not in our portfolio. What we are going to do is to adapt traditional flavors to, let's say, globalize. Because at the end, people, they want to feel comfortable. If they want a traditional perfume, they can get it in other place, for sure. They can go to the Atar or to do something different.
Sure. So now coming back to, as we're talking about trends, so tech and AI has, incorporated in every market, in every industry, in every product. So if you talk about Kairali and Equivalenza, how is technology or how have you incorporated tech or AI to transform the, your business model?
I would say that the technology is involved in our company from a long time ago. It's true that AI is evolving and is changing a lot of part of the company. I would say that there are three main pillars for us in this how affects the technology. One is the omnichannelity, so the omnichannel. We believe that this can help a lot because the online, the e-commerce, and the retail offline, it's has to be very connected. I mean, we want to blend the loyalty that you can get through the online to the offline and vice versa. And another pillar will be the stock management, stock control, because this is helping a lot as we are working with bulk in the point of sale and the distances from the factory from Europe is far away to India. We have to take care of that, so this is going to impact quite a lot. And the third one is more related to support and to analytics. I think these three areas are important for the technology in our case.
Great.
We have adopted technology and AI extensively. Honestly, pre-COVID, we were a completely run with pen and paper kind of organization. But post-COVID, when everybody realized that Zoom is the new way to do doctor consultation because everybody cannot meet, people could not come to our clinic, then we invested heavily into technology. To an extent now that on my phone I have a dashboard that I know at every clinic what is happening, how many consultation, what services are done. We also utilized AI to then future predict what orders need to be placed to the factory so that it can get dispatched in a timely manner because we have a 7-day lead time period in that. And this is just basic technologies, but we built everything in-house because we couldn't find something specific for our industry. Unlike hospitality or retail, where there are many technology partners out there which you can utilize, we got everything built in-house. And in AI has really changed the game for us, especially in our international markets and clients who are coming to us internationally. So previously, like say a client sitting in Germany wanted to come to our retreat, they would write an email to us in German. My staff would come in the morning, and typical staff, they come, they have gossip, they have a chai, and they get to the email by maybe 12 o'clock. And that also they have to put it in Google Translate and then, write it in English and send it back. Now, through AI, within 15 minutes, the email is replied in German to the client. So if a client is they typically will receive that email at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. So now by 2:15, 2:30, they have received a reply in German back to them. So that has helped us in conversion. Our conversion has risen by 23% just because of this implementation of this specific tool. And eventually, what's going to fuel us growth, we're just waiting for that technology to roll out, where calling will also become through AI, because in service, many things are dependent on how you talk to the client. And if on that day, my agent has had a fight with his wife or with the husband, or is not in the mood to have a good conversation, where a client asks a lot of questions, because in health, they want to know exactly if you will be able to treat them or not, right? it's not the matter of 10,000 rupees or 20,000 rupees. Will you be able to give me my health back? That's the question, right? But if the agent is not in the mood to do it, it becomes a challenge, right? So we have done beta testing on voice, but it still sounds mechanical. We are waiting for it. Maybe in the next 2 months, it will become very smooth, and then we'll start implementing that at
You
that.
must explore our platform. There are a lot of AI brands here
I would
who are
love to
doing.
be introduced. I would love to be
I'll
introduced to that,
definitely
you
do
know.
that.
And then that's another good thing about
Yeah.
exhibitions like this. You get to see a lot more what is happening out in the
Yes,
market.
yes.
Yeah. So these are the two things, even technology-wise and AI-wise, and we are continuously doing that. Our subject matter is 5,000 years old, but my average team age is 30, 35. So we are always implementing new things in the organization.
That's great. So before we conclude the session, I would ask both of you that as we're sitting in 20, where do you see your brand in 2030? Like, what is the vision for 2030?
I mean, we do this 5-year exercise all the time. Of course, the idea is for us to have 100 clinics in India and 20 retreats globally in India and abroad. That's the overall vision. So we don't then put it down that it has to be done by 2030 because we're still family led. We don't have outside investors, private equity. Hope is to IPO maybe around 2030 and then take it forward from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All the best for that. And where do you see Equivalenza in 2030?
Regarding India, I really want to be conservative. So I think that for us, I think to be in the main cities, in the 5, 6, 7 main cities, it's with a correct distribution will be more than okay. So I prefer to think on that, and afterwards, if this is even bigger, I think will be a surprise and will be much better for us.
That's amazing. So all the best to you too. Yeah.
Thank
so
you,
it-
Beny.
Yeah.
Thank you
so
so
it,
much.
Yeah. So it was a lovely session. With this, we'll conclude the, day two's first session, and we'll move on our next session, which is on F&B. Thank you so much.